Welcome back, ladies and gents. We're here for the first match of Group B for the FACEIT Winter Season Finale. I'm DDK, I'm joined by MVC, and we have Sinister, Furious Heights, and Toxicity. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, not so much the maps, but I'm more concerned about the shape of both of these players, because we saw last week DEM0N didn't really play his A game, I think would be fair to say.
Maybe the
Spy,
D
on the other
game.
hand, had some kind of, I don't know, a ridiculous game against Evil. We saw glimpses of what we all know and love Spy to be. So on paper, judging by last week's performance, I'm going to be favoring Spy in 2 maps. But I also know DEM0N has the capability, if he's not drunk and if he's had a lot of sleep, and if he gets a good start to the game and gets the momentum going, because like you always mentioned, DDK, DEM0N is a momentum-based player. I think we could see a close one. We'll see.
Here we go. We're on SPART1E to begin with. He's going to grab himself red and LG and have a head start on that yellow. But not only that, the Mega too. So the only thing that DEM0N has going for him is the LG. So SPART1E's game plan is to eliminate that advantage, either by finding close range or by picking up the rail himself. Goes for the rail, gets the RL as well. So now it's just a case of how is DEM0N going to harass me on this red, because I know he's not going to go for me. And there, over at the left, he sees him, but SPART1E sees him too late. And he actually gets pushed off, allowing DEM0N to go for the steal. So a bit of a misplay from SPART1E, opening up the game for DEM0N.
Yeah, a little bit over-ego, I think, from Spy there. Perhaps didn't really expect to get launched as far as he did, but we are going to see a bit of a play over this Mega Health. The aggressive push from DEM0N is phenomenal, and the LG's going to push him away. There's the Mega Health as a gift. Picked that up at a great time, and now all eyes are on red armor. Will Spy come in for the challenge? It looks like he wants to maybe deal a railgun out the teleporter, but pushing forward through the frag would be risky.
Yeah, just trying to go for one of those shots, but it's missing a lot at the moment. So DEM0N is looking like the man of Sinister at the moment. The guy's got a big advantage. But SPART1E took this map for a reason. It is a strong map for him. It's a map that he resonates with. And so I would expect SPART1E to come back strong in this very shortly. But he's first got to contest with the idea that DEM0N has the 200 coming up, as if he can get this red armor at least. But SPART1E's going to make the commitment on that red. And it looks like it's going to be good. He's putting his opponent down to 34 health. And it's just a matter of time now.
Yeah, and we've got to remember, this is the first game of the day for these 2 players. In terms of competitive play, they probably had whatever practice and warm-up they think they need, but in terms of the competition, they're just feeling each other out at the moment, ready and waiting, just getting into a comfort zone that they can really start extending or increasing or even making a lead happen. And right now, SPART1E's hitting the shots he needs to, but as is DEM0N, as we see a bit of a play of this Mega Health, SPART1E forced back away. Brilliant stuff from DEM0N, actually. I don't think SPART1E expected that. And that's going to at least, keep things even for the time being.
Yeah, pushing SPART1E back with just rockets like at that range is actually really risky. If you miss the rockets completely, you open yourself up to just dying. But actually DEM0N, he's not afraid at all, and does actually get a lick of LG onto SPART1E as SPART1E tries to harass. And that's what SPART1E's role is right now. He's kind of confined to that role of just harassing and trying to deal damage from the outskirts of the map. And he will never be a part of the pickup of the big item. And his role is just to sit outside looking in, trying to deal damage constantly. And that's just going to repeat itself. That will be ever perpetual at the moment, because DEM0N is still just winning these big items.
Yeah, and actually delaying the red at the moment. I'm not sure if he just wants to make sure SPART1E doesn't get a time on it, or if he's trying to give himself a bit of a delay between that and the Mega Health. Probably that one, as he is now in position for that. SPART1E just trying to find the railgun from distance. DEM0N actually reading him like a book at the moment.
And it's a book with pictures, and for ages 5 and under at the moment. That's how easy it is. DEM0N moving forwards onto the red, and the rail connected by SPART1E. Where's the rail from DEM0N though? It's like he decided not to shoot. He suddenly became very passive. Doesn't believe in violence anymore.
Yeah, that was really interesting by the red, because DEM0N thought SPART1E was coming from that sort of corridor by the teleport, but actually SPART1E just slowed it down, came in last second, and eventually turned it around in his favor. Got the flag on the board eventually. I don't know what's happening with the reds. Both players just stealing them away from each other. That's how DEM0N to pick it up.
It is very curious, and it seems to be that the DEM0N will come out the better of the situation, picking up the last Mega. And at the moment, it's very, very much up in the air, because these players are showing a lot of weird rail battles, and it's hard to predict like who's gonna emerge from the dust, and at this point it's gonna be Sparty who emerges from the dust with the red in his hand. And he's going to strap that to himself, and he's going to feel a lot better about his life at the moment as the Mega's coming up. He should be able to just drop straight in on this. There's not much Demon can do. He has no health to defend it, but he tried to make the play anyway. And that cost him a frag. And look at Sparty now.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time. This is his red. He's got time to get to the yellow armor as well. At most, Demon could get a yellow, but even that's going to be a task in itself. As you can see, Sparty's just running them out now. ABC. Demon's going to be forced away time and time again. Although good railgun on the defensive, Sparty a little bit eager now to get the frag. He knows he can hit these railguns. He sees to actually find the connection.
Oh, what a rail from Sparty. Gorgeous stuff there coming in from the Swede. The Swedish hope. And looks like he's going to find the follow-up. Sorry, I keep cutting you off there. I'm so rude.
No, I did it too earlier. We're even, I guess. But a red armor for Sparty as well. Just everything's going his way in terms of the left-hand side of the screen at the moment. Of course, they don't see it. We see it. But Sparty has everything.
He does, and we can always blame Skype, by the way. So that's, I'm gonna blame Skype on that one.
Yeah,
but
I mean, you're in Italy. It's not like the ping's 50, which is loads. It's clearly loads.
Indeed. So Sparty, he's in a great position now, even though he's decided to like make it worse by burning it all away with the rocket jumps. But it's okay. He's got the red pick up. Where's the dive though? He needs to dive in on that Mega, but he's a bit cautious because he's got Demon bearing down on him with the rail and the LG and stuff ready, and he kind of gives up that Mega, and it feels like that didn't have to be the way it played out.
No, definitely. I mean, Sparty had ample time. Didn't need to chase the back. Could have just dropped down, and if Demon did try to drop, he'd just get a face load of LG. And Demon might even steal away the red armor here, so that's 2 big items Sparty's just given away. And whilst he will get the frag, look at the HP stack. He could have been so much better off at this point, but he will get the yellow armor, and Demon still has no armor to his name. Even if Sparty was to drop here, he could get the frag, because Demon only has a railgun and machine gun to work with. But it looks like now Sparty's wanting a clean frag, which is, yeah, I don't know.
That rail from that drop from Sparty and then putting it all on a rail seems so risky, but he's good for it, and he does steal the red away and forces Demon down to the lower levels where he belongs as he bears down with him on that with that railgun again, but he misses a shot this time. But this wasn't the clutch situation, so it's okay. And Sparty maintains position on the Mega side here. So what can he get out of this? He really needs to be able to pick this Mega up and swoop on by the red. But it looks like is he just going to go for the red and leave the Mega up? Again, I don't think he had to do that.
No, he definitely didn't, but at the same time, he knows that if he can just hit a railgun on Demon, all that Mega health will be stripped away. He knows Demon doesn't have armor, but he's choosing to use the railgun instead. Will he come back on the bounce pad? No, Demon with great movement dropping down. This should still be a frag for Sparty, but Demon
amazing.
gets the railgun. Wow.
I never expected him to come out on top with that situation. What a ridiculous rail from Sparty's perspective as well. It came out of nowhere. I couldn't even see Demon's model on the screen. He found a pixel of Sparty somehow anyway. But this is incredibly back and forth.
Yeah. Demon with the Mega. Sparty will pick up the red. And again, I still say Sparty in the better position, given the armor is going to come way more advantageous in an exchange. And it can always make an attack over the next Mega. But I don't think Sparty has a time on Mega health. There is going to be a red armor spawning before that. Demon will be aware.
And here he goes. He's going to make his way onto some angles for the rail shot. But Sparty's not really going to be in a position to allow Demon to travel straight up to the red. So Demon has to just try to hit a couple pot shots there, but nothing connects. Has to make the play on the Mega now, which is good. I'm surprised Sparty didn't just go straight in there after Demon missed that first rail. That can be that can get him through the doorway onto the Mega spot itself. But he's playing it safe at the moment. And
I mean, he can do it. Look at the time.
That is a very good point. This has been so back and forth. I've lost track of the time, and it looks like Demon's going to win this situation over at the red armor. And with Demon so low, all it's going to take is one nice little bit of damage and then a rail, and boom, he's got the frag, and here it could be the frag. He's looking for it. He needs it so bad, Demon. Can he make it happen? He's just getting stuck on the walls, even leaving the yellow up there, going straight for that Mega health. Wastes no time. Speeding on the top level. Can he find Sparty? He's only got a minute now.
Yeah, a minute could be all that Sparty needs now to play defensively. You can see Demon's going to catch him out with the rocket out of nowhere from Sparty's perspective. Now just a 2-frag deficit. The yellow arm's been picked up. This is going to be another one, surely. 1 frag deficit now. Can Sparty... Oh no, what a spawn.
Absolutely incredible stuff here from DEM0N. Opening up the game with that rocket jump pursuit. Something in his gut just told him that he had to do that rocket jump at that moment, and it was so right. Managing to get that frag, to get the follow-up. Sparty in disbelief still of the very first frag to give him the fourth frag on the scoreboard, and now it's just 30 seconds left. Sparty has to survive. DEM0N knows that if he can just get the frag now, push his advantage now whilst he has it still, it's all over for Sparty.
Oh man, DEM0N just getting every railgun that matters. Finally, Sparty connects, but 1 railgun isn't going to be enough. If DEM0N comes in, that should be the frag. Sparty will be aware of it. You can see him just play in the corners at the moment. In comes DEM0N. He needs 2 more great rockets here. Sparty really come with the bounce pad. No, DEM0N backing away.
So there we go. Overtime number 2 for the winter season finale here. And it's going to be interesting to see if Sparty can come back from this position. I was so surprised that he was trying to take rail duels with DEM0N as well. When he was so low. Lucky for him that DEM0N missed those shots in those crucial moments, but this is going to be interesting now, as DEM0N has a big advantage still. There's no questioning that, but Sparty's not received much in the way of damage in a while, so he's got 75 armor, as we can see right now. Let's see if he can even this up.
Yeah, definitely. DEM0N just waiting for this mega health. Sparty just really has to deal damage. Again, it's all about the damage because he's not really going to get on a major power-up unless he does it. And at the same time, DEM0N could again just, I keep saying it, charge through and find the frag. But again, brilliant defensive play from Sparty there to force DEM0N back. He is keeping himself in this game.
Oh my god, that was painful. 2 health left on Sparty. And going back to DEM0N's perspective, we can see how strong he is. And it was the top yellow fight that was so good for Sparty. He took, I think, 50 damage there and gave like well over 100. And that second yellow, that screwed him over badly. DEM0N is just looking at the frag now. It's got to come very soon. Sparty's still so weak, but DEM0N, he's taking his time.
Yeah, at this point, Sparty is really playing for overtime, and he knows that DEM0N wants the frag now. He knows that if DEM0N catches Sparty off guard, DEM0N would get the frag. And even then, I don't think Sparty is going to be comfortable enough to stick around for a second railgun. He's got 30 seconds to hold on.
This is going to be very, very hard to do. DEM0N still running every yellow. He doesn't care about the frag, it seems like. He's just running the items. He knows that he's going to catch Sparty on an item eventually. He's trying to really ABC the hell out of this overtime right now. And so far, it's not giving him a frag that he needs. 10 seconds left. Sparty trying to escape. DEM0N watching for the double back. Doesn't see it. Sparty stays hidden. Overtime number 2.
Yeah, 120 seconds added. Sparty gifted a small lifeline. And again, if DEM0N doesn't commit, that's kind of good news for Sparty in some ways, because he knows that eventually he's going to be able to keep picking up yellow armors and find a way back in. And eventually DEM0N has to come through and deal rocket damage. Oh my god, look at that second direct. Jesus Christ. And was it a railgun to finish? I can't just find my head, but 7 or 6.
Those rockets, man, phenomenal stuff. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be the securing moment for DEM0N, because he's got such a strong cycle on the items. Look at this. These armors, he's just got it down. Another frag coming his way. Sparty, he had the game. Let's not forget that Sparty is winning until the last 10 seconds or so.
It really did. And, I mean, I just want to have a look at the accuracy of damage dealt. Just a second. Now, DEM0N has more damage dealt in terms of items picked up. He has, wow, look at the mega difference, DK. 19 to 4.
That is huge. It's actually very interesting. I would have, if you would have asked me for a prediction before the game, I would have said 2-0 for Sparty, because I was feeling, you know, lately with DEM0N's shape being a little bit questionable, and Sparty showing some good games recently. I was feeling like Sparty kind of had this, and especially starting out on the kind of Sparty map, Sinister. I know DEM0N is very good here. He's got very good skill sets for this map, but it is a Sparty map, and I was surprised to see that it's now 10-6 after 2 overtimes. So well done to DEM0N, but it's not over yet.
Yeah, just for, like I said, first map in the Group B for these 2 players. Again, just could be a case of Sparty's getting back into the game. I mean, this is obviously maybe not even the best of DEM0N so far that we're seeing. So yeah, plenty more to come out of these 2 players, I'm sure, going into second map, which is going to be Toxicity, where, yeah, I mean, I hope to God both players are hitting ridiculous accuracies.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting with DEM0N because I think he's in this situation, like, you know, you said it before, he's a momentum-based player. I think right now, if he can take a map 2 victory, he could basically get second in the group. I think it would just happen because he needs that confidence booster. And I think if it keeps going this way, because we were seeing, you know, he was hitting some really good shots there, and he looked really, really calm and focused. And that is the kind of demon that wins Sunday Cups. So as we move on to Furious Heights, I'm expecting actually another map for Demon. I don't think we'll see toxicity.
Oh, okay. I've got that. Yeah, sorry, I've got them written down in the wrong order. But,
Right.
no, I think you're definitely right. Do you think this shape, in terms of if Demon can take 2 maps, do you think that's a Demon that could potentially take Cypher?
Let's not push it. let's not push things. But yeah. I honestly do think, though, it's a Demon that can definitely beat Spotty, especially on Furious Heights. Again, this is his map. This is a map that he was always very good at, and for the longest time. I mean, I still say that this is his best map. He always had the best results on it. He always had the most clutch results on it. So if he can just keep his calm and his focus, and when he's focused, he can be very patient. And I've seen all kinds of different play from Demon. I just hope that it's the day where all the best qualities come together. He's got the patience, he's got the confidence. He's not making like really ridiculous decisions, because sometimes he tends to just be like, well, let's just do this decision because if I hit that shot, then it's good. Because that's not really the best way to think about stuff. And I've seen some questionable things from him in the past that make or break the games. But we're going live. So Demon Spotty map number 2. It's match point now for Demon, having taken Spotty down in a thrilling double overtime match on Sinister. So take it away, MVC.
Yeah, well, straight off the bat, Spotty's going to get the red, brown, and yellow armor. Demon pulling... Oh, no, it's Spotty. Okay, interesting.
All right.
Demon with the mega health and moving over to the LG. But I think the difference as well between these two players is the map. I mean, this is a map Spotty's played countless times at tournaments, at events. Demon, one of the new and upcoming duelers. I say new, he's been around forever, but in terms of the duel scene, a new and upcoming performer. So whilst Demon, you know, might have a certain advantage on this map, I think in terms of time played, Spotty definitely has the hours over him. And I think if Spotty can get off to a good start, maybe get an early frag, stop that momentum that we speak about, that could be a good sign for him to tie things up 1-1 and take the series. But he really needs a good start, I feel, Spotty. And he does have the start on this map to do it with.
Yeah, I'm really curious about it, because they're both... I always call Demon the mini Spotty, because I always felt like Spotty has very similar qualities, because if he gets the right atmosphere, the right environment, like, for example, you know, he always did really well at QuakeCons, and if he's in the right vibe, he's a beast. He is incredibly good. He's robotic on the item timing. He's got amazing execution, and he's just really, really solid. He's one of the most solid players sometimes in that situation, when he has the right atmosphere around him, the right mindset. And right now he's experiencing some technical issues. He's having problems with his ping. And I mean, I imagine we should be going in. He asked Demon if he was ready. Demon said yes, but we're still paused. So I don't understand what's happening exactly with the two guys, but it's been troubling for Spotty online. We've seen in many online cups he's been having internet issues. Yeah,
and when you consider it's Sweden, that's kind of surprising.
Yeah,
to say the least. Because I think it's Telia providing pretty much internet for everyone over there. And whereas a DreamHack is ridiculous. The upload and download you get. I mean, yeah, next level internet over there in Sweden. But routing's routing, I suppose, at the end of the day. And it could just be a case of something like that. I don't know.
Definitely. I don't know what it was. I think even Spotty was without internet in Sweden for like a few months, which to me is... Don't they have it's like a human right over there, like the right to internet? Something like the right to clean water and so on.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I'm pretty sure that's true. I don't know. Someone in the chat can correct me or something. I'm pretty sure there is a right to internet in Scandinavia. I don't know. Either way, just waiting for these guys to start. I don't know what is really happening, because Spotty's ping has been fine for a while, so we just have to wait this out and see what happens. It's always tough when this happens in the middle of a match, because we can't exactly throw it over to a schedule and wait for players to sort it out. So because they could just jump back into the game. But either way, are you playing much at QuakeLive or anything like that?
No, not much really. I'm playing a lot of CPM actually, which it's kind of, for those that don't know, CPM is kind of like PQL. It's Quake with air control, fast weapon switch, but it's like the better version of PQL. It's like PQL tries to incorporate most of what CPM has, but unfortunately it doesn't meet all the criteria. So I've been playing a lot of that. It's just what I sort of played since day one, and you obviously played back in the day. QuakeLive, I'm streaming a lot of it, TDM, but I'm just not really finding the motivation to play. I enjoy watching QuakeLive and commentating it, but
CPM is carefree and just raw fun. Like that's what it is. I had that as well. That's why when I was playing CPM, it's just because there was no real like big tournaments on, so I wasn't gonna force myself to play something that wasn't as fun. So
that's what it is for me at the moment. Like there's nothing. I mean, there's the Nations Cup TDM, but again, it's just over fame. It's not a lot of prize money there for the people just play because they love the game. But yeah, I love CPM, so when I get the chance to play that, I'll play that. But no, I mean, yeah, I would play QuakeLive if I could find the motivation to. Just these days. I mean, I used to play a lot with Disrepute and Vor and Deus and KM, and they don't play anymore. For me, like I just, it's the environment that I played in, and without those guys, it's not really.
3, 2.
And thankfully, we're actually jumping in again. I mean, hopefully we don't have these issues with SPART1E all day. That would be very, very regrettable, but we'll see as time goes on, as it always does. And DEM0N and SPART1E right at the start of this one, and it looks like DEM0N got quite a lot of damage done to him in that little situation, and it's gonna be he's gonna be very hard pressed to hold on to Mega when it spawns, which is pretty soon.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, DEM0N already in position to deal damage here by the OG, but I have a feeling if DEM0N sticks around here, he will die. There's no doubt about it. He'll have to back away. He tries to deal the damage, can't do it. The 50 HP isn't up for him either. He would go down in one single rail shot, and he has to play an extreme plus back game at this point. SPART1E is going to be able to take absolutely everything, maybe even come and deal damage at this yellow, which he's trying to do as DEM0N picks that up. And again, SPART1E doesn't necessarily need to pick up the frag at this point. He's done the damage he needed to do. He can just fall back, pick up the items, and just set up again for this mega health, which if DEM0N challenges, will take damage again. So.
Oh, look at this trap coming in. The rockets from DEM0N. They were okay. They were right.
Almost great.
Almost great, but not quite. And it was a wonderful trap, however. But he is still on the back foot, still searching for answers. Could have been his big answer in that trap, but he will at least steal away some items, only taking a rail. So half of those pickups kind of negated by the 80 damage of the rail. DEM0N trying to work his way out of this situation. Doesn't want to take damage right now. He needs to stack up more. Doesn't want to get chipped away at. That's the worst case for him.
Yeah, definitely. DEM0N currently waiting for this red armor at the moment. SPART1E's going to surely challenge in for it. He's got plenty of time to get in on the red. DEM0N's being really, cocky to stick around. I don't know why he's spamming his keyboard. What could he have hoped for that exchange? I don't know. And that's going to be one on the board here for SPART1E, maybe even a second one if DEM0N misses. And he's going to crater as well, down to -1 now. The mega health for SPART1E knows exactly where DEM0N is. He's got plenty of time to get over to the red, even steal away the yellow, prevent the railgun pickup. And yeah, just perfect game at the moment here for SPART1E.
Yeah, this is not good. I mean, especially when someone's typing, that means their focus is not like set like dead into the game. It means their focus is breaking. That is usually what it is, and that's a bad sign. I'm hoping for DEM0N's sake he can pull things together, and he's 2 to -1 right now. He's going to drop in onto SPART1E. Of course, he's going to go down, even though he got SPART1E a little bit low. Would have had to get quite lucky to find a frag there, and SPART1E's going to pick away the mega. He maybe could have dived in for the red, but he's going to play the sure thing for the yellow here, giving away that red armor. And he can bank that, DEM0N is going to have to have taken the LG. So we should have a good read on roughly where DEM0N is. And there indeed he is over at the LG.
Yeah, I mean, SPART1E actually delayed the red before that. So he wanted to give himself that opportunity to get it. But obviously after that initial exchange, he didn't feel comfortable to do it. Like you said, wanted to just get the yellow armor, come in later, and he'll know the approximate time it's been picked up. So in he comes to try and deal damage at it. But unfortunately, DEM0N just keeps that LG out, ready and waiting. SPART1E during the weapon switch.
Yeah.
Absolutely destroyed.
He jumped into DEM0N but switched to rail. That's like a weird kind of error that he made there. I'm not sure what happened. Either way, it looks like DEM0N's going to pick himself up another kill. So, I mean, it looked like DEM0N was getting thrown out of the game, but now it looks like SPART1E's getting thrown out of the game.
Yeah, I think Hive Mind in the chat has just jinked Spotty. Spotty's had this game unlocked since 30 seconds, he said, and now Demon's found a way in. So, yeah, you've just ruined Spotty's initial moments in the chat. But no, Demon looking good now.
And he's going to find his way onto the Mega Health. That's a very well-played fight. For Demon, the movement was very good. I mean, the objective there was not to get the kill, but to get the Mega and to deal a bit of damage, and that's exactly what he did. And he's securing self-control. This is the long term you're thinking about here, not the short term, which is just getting a frag. But he's thinking about getting a frag, getting it clean, and giving himself the opportunity to get more frags without losing control. That's what he's really thinking about. You've got to establish that cycle, get all the item times, understand how the map, everything is spawning on the map. That's what Demon's done. Now he can start thinking about, after he takes this Mega, going for these frags.
Looks like Spy actually wants to make a push on this Mega. Will he back away or commit? No, it looks like he wants to commit. Oh, sorry, back away.
Good
Actually,
delay.
he's going to get the red on there.
Yeah, that was a very good delay. That was perfect. It seems as if, as we hit the halfway point, Demon is back in the game. But Spotty, you know, after picking up the red armor, definitely has some options and some things to work with. And going for the trap there, Demon just sitting up on high. Spotty with a very good reaction shot out of the tele exit. Can he hold on to this red? In goes Demon. Spotty does get the red, but he's done negligible damage to Demon. Demon is pretty healthy still. That rail does help some things, but still Spotty not in good shape. Oh, Demon hits the rail as well. Now Spotty's screaming. And the yellow and the Mega should go to Demon, putting him pretty far ahead. But what is this? Dropping down, going for the closed fight there with the LG, but can't quite close the distance enough. And what is going on? It feels like Demon's had a good fight, then a bad fight. And I don't think even he realizes like how, what's happening.
That's just odd to say the least. And this actually be Demon going down here. It's not going to connect with anything. I'm really confused as to what just happened.
Yeah.
But finally, the flank will come out 4-1. But I'm so surprised Demon decided to drop down. I was expecting, you know, if he was going to do something crazy, to rocket jump, steal the Mega, prevent getting pinned, and then escape through LG back onto the red. But no, it's weird. It's strange.
He did one of those kind of like that drop was kind of like a half measure. Like it was like an idea to kind of commit to like making a frag, but kind of not. Instead of like, because what he could have done if he was going to drop to try to, because he hit the second rail when he was above the red. So if he wanted to make a play like that, he should have dropped much closer instead of dropping by the yellow. I mean, then there's no escape for Sparty, and he can maybe get a frag. But instead, he kind of put himself in the middle of both situations. So it's really weird, and then it got super awkward.
Yeah, super awkward. I think that's the best way to put it. But Spy taking a grenade for picking up the red, but got what he needed. He still has that 3 frag lead, let's not forget, with 3 minutes remaining. Again, Demon doesn't really have anything too much to his name, so as long as Spy just keeps dealing the damage when he can, that's going to prevent Demon really mounting to anything. And it's only a matter of time until Demon just overcommits to the red armor or to the Mega Health. We've seen him do it, and Demon will find the frag. And again, Demon really wary to just go for the yellow armor at the moment. Spy just ready and waiting, and actually Spy is going to give Demon the Mega Health.
Yeah, this is looking like a very good situation for Spidey, because as you said, it does feel like Demon is having not the best of times with some of the decisions he's made. So he can guarantee himself, okay, I feel like Demon is going to make some kind of mistake. And so if I don't have to go looking for frags, I just have to keep the items going and keep myself in good positions. Don't get surprised. And with that kind of philosophy, Spotty should be able to hold on to this. And Demon's going to start getting desperate. 2 minutes left for three frags to tie it up.
Yeah, like I said, like on this map, if you want to play defensive, you can play defensive. You can force Demon into the position where if he has to come to you, he'll take a rocket to the face. And here comes a bit of a risky jump toward the Mega Health. But Spotty will get away with it, and he's done the job he needed to do. Now we got red coming up again. Demon kind of has to play for this. And even if Spotty goes down here, as long as he deals the damage, that could be enough coming off the spawn. But we'll see as actually Spotty's not really putting out too much. Demon actually connecting. That was a big railgun miss that could have gifted Demon a way in. But again, hasn't done so. And now the clock back in Spotty's favor.
Here you go, Spotty. Nice little rail there. There goes a second. And Demon gets dropped as he is now questioning so many things at the moment. As Spotty rockets himself. Why did he do that? Why am I dying? What is happening to me? not much time left to make 4 frags. It feels like we're going to go to a toxicity MVC.
Yeah, definitely. Good read there by Spotty with the rocket. I'm looking forward to toxicity, to be honest. This is 2 strong performances from the players, and actually Demon going to forfeit out and get the round over with, and yeah, straight on to toxicity we do go. But I mean, who are you favouring moving into that one with the 2 playstyles?
It's so difficult. It's got to be Sparty, because as long as his internet doesn't go crazy and he's okay there, I feel like Demon is having some weird I think that moment when I said he was taking the half measure, that really showed the kind of indecision or indecisiveness, I think, that can really kill you in a best of 3. And I think Sparty, he's very committed with all the plays he makes. I didn't really see any indecision from him. I didn't really see anything too ridiculous. It was mostly Demon creating awkward situations. That's what it felt like when I was watching on the first glance. It would be a good demo to go back to, especially from Demon's perspective, to go and analyze it and see, like, okay, how did these situations happen? How could I have played it better, and so on? Because we definitely saw some strange things. So I'm going to favor Sparty.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be with you on that. But at the same time, we've all seen the accuracy that Demon is capable of. And again, yes. I'm going to reference the game. I always reference this game when I stream or commentate toxicity. And that is, strength Rafa. I have to do it. But Rafa hit 90% railgun. And it just really did not matter what strengths did. It just got absolutely destroyed. And that resorted to strengths just typing for the majority of the game after that. But it all comes back to that, because we all know Demon is capable. Being a TDM player like Spy, these guys can hit ridiculous accuracies, and that could make all the difference. And Demon being that momentum-based player, if he can start stringing those shots together, then maybe he could pull a couple of interesting things out of the bag. Yeah,
it's going to be quite curious, because again, it also will say a lot about Demon's state of mind, because let's not forget, this is the first best 3 for Group B. So Demon has a bunch of games to play still, so he's still completely alive in the tournament. So if he can bring himself back, I think, from that Furious Heights, which I think really left a lot to be desired for Demon. He has such a strong start. He needs to bring that back again. And it's all hinging on his performance here on Toxicity. It's got to be strong, got to be solid, got to be clean.
Yeah, definitely. And prevent Spotty taking advantage of any situation. Straight off the bat, Spotty with the Mega and the Yellow. Demon with the red armor and a yellow armor. But currently, Demon has everything he needs, including, a plasma gun. And currently just trying to deny the railgun, which I don't know if he's aware Spotty has, because he already does.
There you go, nice little rail onto Sparty. As he maintains position, Sparty found out of the tele-exit, playing into the clutches of Demon, who manages now to have an advantage on that stack. So this is looking good for Demon so far. He's got some position on red. Doesn't want to go for red necessarily. He wants to allow Sparty to believe that he can go for it, then come in with some damage like that. Look at that. Beautiful. Free damage. All free damage. Free frag. Totally clean. Now you might see your 90% rail kind of destruction situation.
Well, that is a brilliant one to perhaps make that happen. And did Spotty end up in the acid? I think he might have just killed himself there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Demon rampage on forward. Spotty's got to try and find an answer for this. There's a good welcome, but again, Demon connects. 60% now on the accuracy. The Mega Health for him. Plenty of time for red. And interesting, you should mention not needing to go to red necessarily. It is pretty much a death trap on this map if you want it to. And plenty of frags throughout the ages of QuakeLive have been found for free down there, simply because you can just bait your opponent if you need to. But right now, Demon is in a position where he can just instead opt to pick it up if he would like to. And so Spike tries to find a route to pick it up. Mega Alpha and Red coming up at about the same time. See if Demon's able to pull his fly off both.
Sparty's doing a pretty good job actually deterring Demon from the good positions on the map. So even though Sparty hasn't got a lot of advantage on health or armor or anything, he's keeping Demon away from the money spots on the map, which gives Sparty more options and more control, even though he's got a lot less stacks. So that is a very strong way to get back in the game, and Sparty might have just done it. Here goes the frag.
Indeed, as We are now 2-0 on the board, Spotty with absolutely nothing. But same really, I'd say, for Demon. This is not really looking too great for either player at the moment. It could come down to the next direct rocket as to who comes out with the frag. And even though Spotty looks in a dim situation, one of these railguns, like I said, put him down to 13. A couple of machine guns or another one would get the frag. 2-1, and he could maybe get on the Mega if he's quick. Demon ready and waiting.
Here you go, he's defending it well. Cutting Demon down. That is brutal right there. No remorse, no mercy, and Sparty moves forwards, pushing on to Demon over at the LG. Unable to find a huge amount of damage just yet, but again, he's working these money positions, and he finds the money rockets to go along with it. There's another frag. It's going to push him into the lead, 3-2. Oh, the block on the rocket jump. Good stuff from Demon there, but Sparty is not deterred at all, and he's going to start catching Demon with more and more damage. Oh, that rocket was fantastic. Even though I didn't frag Demon, he is so close to death right now. Sparty knows it. There's the rocket. Direct achieved by Demon, though.
Yeah, good direct rocket, I'd say. Maybe picked in this red armor, but that is an excellent railgun before the pickup as well. That's put Demon down to 30 HP or thereabouts. And the Plasma is going to have to try and get him out of there as quick as possible. But again, still both players really nothing to work with. Each player playing well off the spots.
Nice little rail from Sparty there, but he's weak. He's vulnerable. Items aren't up for a while. This is the perfect moment for Demon to go aggressive. However, rockets mid-range, not so ideal, and Sparty's counting on that, but still, Demon gets the frag. 3 health though, it's more of a curse than a blessing, and that's the reason as the Mega is taken by Sparty. And this is problems for now for Demon. And Sparty has every item, apart from the red. But more importantly, he's got all those weapons, all the utility that you need on this map. And Demon trying to shut down the utility there with the close range engagement. But Sparty's got the rockets, he's got the answers, and it's going to be very hard for Demon from here on out.
Yeah, I mean, Spotty doesn't have any armor just yet. It's going to be very risky to drop to red. I don't think he'll want to do it. There's a Demon connects with even more lining gun. I mean, Sparty really in a dire situation at the moment, despite having the lead. I don't know why Demon didn't push through for the frag there, but that's going to gift him the Mega health. And again, doesn't necessarily need the frag because he doesn't have armor, Sparty, so that's going to eliminate health very quickly, down to 39 now. The yellow armor's been stripped, and again, Spy has absolutely nothing. And we're seeing that control we saw on last map, TDK, where as soon as Demon gets that passive of play, able to run the map ABC and just keep everything he has.
Yeah, really well played by Demon at the moment to get back in the game. He's really building himself in, and he's kind of cleaning up the map. It's so dry. There's nothing for Spotty to take. It's like he's looking for that oasis right now in the desert. He just spotted it over at the Mega platform, but he can't get to it. He's going to find himself a yellow at the very least. And what can he do? Oh, the rail, so strong. And another one. He's bringing himself right back in this. But look how stacked Demon is. He's been running the show for so long that nothing can even put a dent in that stack.
I mean, that's the question. Do you just continue the aggression, potentially lose frag after frag, and allow Demon to close the gap, but at the same time deal damage to maybe close things up off the spawn? Or do you just play defensive, which is very difficult on this map, and try and just hit rails from a distance?
You got to keep them off that 200-200 at all costs. The problem really, Toxicity tends to be that map where you invest a lot of frags. It's either like 3 or it's 4, sometimes it's 8 or 9 or 10, but you swing control back, and then you have to do the same thing. Because if you don't keep the aggression up, the opponent can just keep taking these fights with you, and it's just so easy to get the frags and stack up again. It's just too easy to do it. So you got to keep like butchering them, just running at them until eventually something happens. It's usually how it goes. That's why either Toxicity is very close, because the aggression is so high and back and forth, and no one can really get control and cycle of the items, or it's a blow up, like a blow up game. And so far we're seeing the better version. We're seeing the close game.
So far at least. And both players are quite stacked themselves. Demon still has the advantage having that armor stack. Spy would go down quicker in a 1-to-1 exchange, LG on LG, but currently has the advantage. Sparty, who in the middle of the map has full control, can see every angle, and decides to actually drop down to red, using this box to kind of dodge left and right behind, and able to at least deal damage to Demon, take it relatively for free. And this is a good LG exchange, but Demon switching out to the railgun won't be enough. And there's the frag, 7-5. Sparty with the mag health and the yellow armor. With 3 minutes remaining, this is a good period of control in the cards here for Spy.
Yeah, I think Demon made the biggest mistake there so far, and it could really have cost him. Trying too hard to take a fight into red from that angle. We're seeing an LG engagement here where Demon got a really nice chunk of damage on Sparty, but I think he would have been better served just sitting on the kind of money position over at the Mega so he can protect it no matter what. But instead, it was a huge risk and it just didn't go his way. Sparty able to defend. He's got a really good read on Demon's position. And after that mistake, we're seeing things go south very fast for Demon.
Yeah, and time is, oh wow, brilliant stuff from Sparty. And time is very quickly running away. This is going to be a spawn on red for Demon. Very obvious given where Sparty was, and that's going to be another frag. The red armor, was that stolen away or picked up? I'm not sure, but either way, Demon's going to get away with nothing. Another railgun before the yellow picked up, and a self-kill. 10-4 now, and yeah, this is very quickly looking like Sparty's match.
Yeah, it was anyone's game until I really feel like that one move. I feel like Demon's trying too hard to force a play that's very inefficient when the Mega's coming up. And if he looks back to that point, I think maybe it's something to look at for him. Either way, though, 11-4 now. Indeed, it is looking very, very grim. Very dire at this point as Sparty picks up another yellow, taking a fight from a much better position. Rocket jumping around, feels the momentum, feels the energy, the buzz of a successful Toxicity game right now as here comes the next frag. Oh, or perhaps not, as he misses that rail. But either way, Sparty is in charge.
And I mean, look at the Spy we're seeing now compared to what we saw at the beginning of the last map, or even at the beginning of this map. Completely different, hitting his shots. I think you're dead on the mark when you say these two players are extremely similar when it comes to what motivates them and what keys trigger them to actually play well here in 1v1. And Spy really is stepping that game up now, hitting everything he needs to.
Yeah, it's great to see this from Sparty. So let's... it's going to be interesting to see how the tournament progresses, though, or at least Group B, rather, because, again, let's take another quick check on it. We've got Sparty, Cypher, Demon, and Agent. So how are these two players going to fare against Agent? Because it's the same situation as the other group.
I mean, I haven't really watched Agent in recent times. The most I know about Agent is apparently he's a big troll when it comes to sorting out games or something.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, I've heard that. So, assuming the matches actually happen, I think Agent's a very good player. I think Cypher's the only sure victory. But even then, I think Sparty, if Sparty gets a great game against Cypher, I think Sparty's capable of at least making it 2-1, if not taking the game. But
the really tough thing with Agent is that Agent's really, really, really good. Of course, really, really good. But his aim tends to let him down against players like Evil, where basically his philosophy, his style, his decision-making and stuff, it really is very, very strong. But as soon as he runs into a player that has good enough damage output and tactical abilities, like Cypher and Evil, to like the two names that come to mind there, breaks his game. He just can't win the fights, and that's a huge deal. But the thing about Agent is that he can basically beat everyone else pretty consistently a lot of the time. I mean, the styles as well are very interesting because Demon and Sparty very, very aggressive. They both like to be very aggressive. They like to put the damage out, and that is a big stylistic clash with Agent, and that often provides very good games. We've seen great games between Demon and Agent before, so I'm really hoping for some fantastic matches, however it goes.
Yeah, and the next match we're going to be looking at is, like I say, Agent versus Cypher.
Exactly.
You're favoring Cypher, I think.
2-0, I think. I think it's going to be very easy 2-0.
Yeah, I think so as well. Is there any maps you think Agent could perhaps put up a strong fight or keep things close?
It's a tough one. It's a very tough one. Just look, I'm just staring at the map pool right now, just in front of me. Blood Run. I don't know. I think maybe Blood Run. The thing is that last time we saw Agent and Cypher, it was the story. It was the story that Agent's game doesn't work against him. He needs to hit more. If he can hit more in the situations that he finds himself in, then it can maybe work. And so I'm curious to see maybe if there's a change. But last time we saw him and Cypher, it was like a no contest almost. It was very, very one-sided. So I'd be very happy to see a difference because I'm a massive fan of how Agent plays. I think Agent, the way that he approaches the game from a spectating point of view as well, it's so clear like what he's trying to do, and it's kind of beautiful to watch.
I think it's kind of interesting, those kind of players, because you need a good balance of aim and obviously, ability to read the game and understand that, what exactly you need to do and want to do. But it reminds me of players like Chance from back in the day. Chance had probably, fair to the guy, he's a pretty good aimer, but in terms of like anybody else on the pro circuit, you'd probably say he was the weakest. But in terms of like mental ability, he'd make quite often the right decision. Just was limited so heavily by his ability to actually hit things.
Right.
And I don't know if if there's a way to get past that, because these guys have been playing the game for so long. If they're not aiming well now, unless you do Madball and go to 120 hertz instead of 60, or do Demon and apparently overclock your mouse, or do a Yuka and buy a new mouse and then instead cheat, then I don't see how these players can, progress forward in that area. You'd think by now they would be at a good level of aim. Do you think anything that can be improved aim, or is it like natural talent?
I think there are a lot of things, but I think you need to experiment a lot and really find what works for you. Some players are a bit more stubborn on that side than others, because when you find something that is pretty good, you do have to stick with it forever, more or less. I mean, that's because for example, I tried a lot of stuff back in the day, and then I found kind of a formula that worked for me, like the right shape and the way that I used that shape and so on and so forth. And then from then on, I was like, well, I'm done. Like, I'm hitting like what I need to compete on the top levels, so I'm done with this. So I mean, because you can't constantly be changing stuff and thinking about it, because that messes with your head and it screws up your game. So it's a pretty hard thing to find. But I think some players, like Agent, I don't know what his situation is with his setup, but he does have like a really high sensitivity. I mean, maybe it's something he can tweak. We saw Faz for the last DreamHack. He tweaked his sensitivity and started to like hit twice as much. So I don't know, to each his own.
Yeah, I know it's all like, if I use one setup for TDM and then come into duel, it's a completely different aiming style as well. You obviously, if you are looking to step to the next level, you do have to focus on, say, duel specifically, because as soon as you start playing TDM, you get into that role of just, well, I'm just going to shoot this guy, hit 45% machine gun, but is he really dodging me? He's probably dodging other people as well. It's completely different aim style.
Right. But on that note, we'll go to a quick break. We have Indie Cypher and Agent coming up, so stay tuned here, guys. We'll be back right after